According to United Nations, more than 736 million people live under extreme poverty. Underdeveloped nations are vulnerable to a lot of problems, one of them being scarcity of food in underdeveloped nations.
Underdeveloped nations are vulnerable to a lot of problems, one of them being unemployment. Unemployment is a problem which is even prominent in developed nations, and underdeveloped and developing nations are no excuse. The underdeveloped nations are being exploited for their resources. The resources are being taken up by large multinational corporations, and hence the undeveloped nations become a target of sweatshops and other such illicit and illegal practices. These unemployment is even a product of overpopulation, which connects to other problems that the underdeveloped nations are facing.
There are a lot of problems which the underdeveloped countries are going through, and among one of them is resources. Resources like natural resource and human resource. So if we talk about natural resources, these countries they find it really difficult to manage it because they are highly dependent on the developed countries, and these developed countries are the one who exploits these underdeveloped countries for their natural resources. Just to give you more clarity, I would like to talk about few examples here. If I talk about Russia, so Russia is using its natural resource gold as leverage, and because of that, now Nigeria is replacing it for its natural resource. Canada is another one country which is being used for its natural resource. Though as of now the country is not being exploited, but if there is no track or if there is no control kept over its natural resources or extraction of resources, obviously this country will and end up to the list of other countries like Chile, Norway and Botswana, who are being exploited for their natural resources.
Developing countries and underdeveloped countries are facing a lot of problems. One of them being poor governance and corrupt systems. Before we dive deep into the problem, it is very important for us to see that corruption is everywhere. Whether you talk about rich poor countries, whether you talk about developed underdeveloped countries, corruption is everywhere. In fact, according to the World Economic Forum, around $2.6 trillion are involved in corruption, which is just 1/5 of the global GDP. So when I look for the top corrupt countries of this world, mostly were the underdeveloped and the developing countries like Afghanistan, Somalia, North Korea. Now, we need to figure out that why these countries are so corrupt. So before that, we also need to understand that what makes the country corrupt free. It needs to have efficient systems, it needs to have independent judiciary, it needs to give freedom to its media. Okay, so these things are very important, which I believe these countries do not have. In fact, these countries have always been involved in war and conflicts, because of which they couldn't progress as such. Now, some of the examples is in Afghanistan in 2010, the money laundering case and the disappearance of $1 billion, which was donated by international donors. Then similar cases in Somalia, in North Korea, people not paying taxes regularly and then bribing the officials to suppress the cases. All these things have been happening for quite a long time, and the systems couldn't manage to punish or to give consequences for these things. Now, what is the solution? First of all, the leaders of these countries need to listen. They need to nurture a culture of integrity, to empower its people, and to make them work on the grassroots level. Also, the international communities need to collaborate and cooperate and provide aid and efficient systems to these countries to fight corruption.
Education is one of the most important problems that underdeveloped and developing nations face. The access to education in underdeveloped nations prominently is very minimal. There is also gender biasness, and girls and women are not allowed to go to schools, and even basic schooling facilities like primary schooling is not available, which leads to many other problems, talking about population, unemployment, and becomes a reason for all other such problems. We looked at how there are so many problems prevalent in the underdeveloped nations, and with so many problems, uh, it comes to our notice to take some action for the underdeveloped nations. Talking about taking action, this is an awareness video compiled by us, urging you to work for the underdeveloped nations. In the link below, I am attaching an application which is named as SDGs in action. This application is very simple, and it allows you to donate money. So you do not actually donate money out of your funds. What you do is, while your phone is on charging mode, you just let the ads play. When the ads play, you earn money out of those ads, and when you earn that money, real money, which is of course virtual money, you can donate that actual money for causes that are already going on. One, you can donate for causes that are already going on, and two, you can start your own cause or SDG in action. This is one way that you can help these underdeveloped nations in the sector or in the particular SDG category that you want to. Another one is with United Nations. United Nations has opened up several virtual job opportunities. So these are not exactly job opportunities, but these are volunteering opportunities in which you can virtually teach students in underdeveloped and developing nations. So in case you have time, you're free, and you're willing to take action and provide and work as services action, so you can definitely volunteer yourself in those programs. In the link below, I will be attaching 2 to 3 links where you can volunteer to teach and educate people over there about several things, and also the link about this application called SDGs in action. I hope each one of us contributes to our full potential in helping these underdeveloped and developed nations. Thank you.